Hello students, today we are going to study the topic square numbers. Let's start by imagining you have a collection of tiles and you want to arrange them into a perfect square shape. If you arrange them so that each side of the square has the same number of tiles, you'll end up with a special type of number called a square number. So, what exactly are square numbers? A square number is a number that you get when you multiply an integer by itself. For example, if you take the number 3 and multiply it by itself, 3 times 3, you get 9. So, 9 is a square number. Another example is if you take the number 2 and multiply it by itself, 2 times 2, you get 4. So, 4 is also a square number. Now, why are they called square numbers? They're called square numbers because if you draw a square with side lengths equal to the number, the total number of squares inside the larger square will be the square number. For instance, if you have one square, 1 times 1, that's 1. If you have two squares on each side, 2 times 2, you get 4. For 3 squares on each side, 3 times 3, that's 9, and for 4 squares, 4 times 4, you get 16. Next, let's discuss how to find the square of a number with the units place 5. For instance, take the number 15. You separate the number into two parts, the last digit, 5, and the remaining part, n. Hence, the number becomes n5. In this case, n is equal to 1. Then, you multiply n with n plus 1. So, 1 multiplied by 2 equals 2. Next, you multiply this product with 100. That gives you 200. Finally, you add 25 at the end of the result obtained in the previous step. So, 200 plus 25 equals 225. Thus, the square of 15 is 225. Now, let's talk about adding triangular numbers. Triangular numbers are a sequence created by adding natural numbers continuously. They form a triangular shape when arranged in dots. For example, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, etc. Now, if we add two consecutive triangular numbers, we get a square number. For instance, 1 plus 3 equals 4, which is 2 squared. Similarly, 3 plus 6 equals 9, which is 3 squared. Next, let's look at numbers between square numbers. There are two n non-perfect square numbers between the squares of the numbers n and n plus 1, where n is any natural number. For example, numbers between the squares of 1 and 2. Numbers between 1 and 4 are 2 and 3. So, there are two non-perfect squares. Here, 2n equals 2, hence n equals 1. Now, consider the numbers between the squares of 2 and 3. Numbers between 4 and 9 are 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, there are 4 non-perfect squares. Here, 2n equals 4, hence n equals 2. Let's move on to adding odd numbers. The sum of the first n odd natural numbers is n squared. For instance, 1 equals 1, which is 1 squared. The sum of two odd numbers, 1 plus 3 equals 4, which is 2 squared. If we add three odd numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9, which is 3 squared. Now, if we add four odd numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 16, which is 4 squared. Next, we'll discuss the sum of consecutive natural numbers. The sum of two consecutive numbers is always an odd number. For example, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5, and 3 plus 4 equals 7, and so on. Now, let's look at the product of two consecutive even or odd natural numbers. The product of two even or odd natural numbers can be calculated as a plus 1 times a minus 1 is equal to a squared minus 1, where a is a natural number and a -1 and a plus 1 are the consecutive odd or even numbers. For example, if we consider 11 and 13, we can say 11 times 13 is equal to 12 minus 1 times 12 plus 1 is equal to 12 squared minus 1 is equal to 144 minus 1 is equal to 143. Here, 11 and 13 are two odd consecutive numbers, therefore the multiplication of 11 and 13 can be calculated as shown. Next, let's see how to find the square of a number. To find the square of a number, you can use the concept of expanding the expression. Let's take the example of finding the square of 23. 23 squared is equal to 20 plus 3 whole squared is equal to 20 plus 3 times 20 plus 3, which equals 20 times 20 plus 20 times 3 plus 3 times 20 plus 3 times 3, which gives us 400 plus 60 plus 60 plus 9, resulting in 529. Now, let's have an exercise. Find the square of 15. Pythagorean triplets. A Pythagorean triplet is a set of three positive integers a, b, and c that satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. Some examples of Pythagorean triplets are 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 7, 24, 25, 5, 12, 13, 20, 21, 29, 8, 15, 17, 20, 99, 101, 48, 55, 73, and 17, 144, 145. In the given formula for generating Pythagorean triplets, we have a is equal to 2mb is equal to m squared minus 1 and c is equal to m squared plus 1. For instance, if we take m is equal to 3, then a is equal to 2m is equal to 2 times 3 equals 6, b is equal to m squared minus 1 is equal to 3 squared minus 1 is equal to 9 minus 1 is equal to 8, and c is equal to m squared plus 1 is equal to 3 squared plus 1 is equal to 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Checking, we find that 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to 36 plus 64 equals 100, which equals 10 squared. Now, let's discuss square roots. Determining the number whose square is already known is called finding the square root. Square roots are the opposite of square numbers. They help us find the original number that was squared to get a particular square number. For example, the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. Now, let's discuss finding square roots through prime factorization. Consider the prime factorization of 6 and 8 and their squares. 6 is equal to 2 times 3 and 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. Thus, 36 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 and 64 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We observe that each prime factor in the prime factorization of the square of a number occurs twice the number of times it occurs in the prime factorization of the original number. Using this pattern, we can find the square root of a given square number. For example, let's find the square root of 324. The prime factorization of 324 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. This can be rearranged as 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 3 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3 squared. Therefore, the square root of 324 is 2 times 3 times 3 is equal to 18. Next, let's find the square root of 484 by the long division method. Firstly, we place a bar over every pair of numbers starting from the digit at the unit place. If the number of digits is odd, then the leftmost single digit 2 will have a bar. Next, take the largest number as a divisor whose square is less than or equal to the number on the extreme left. Divide and write the quotient. Then, we bring down the number under the next bar to the right side of the remainder. Now, double the value of the quotient and enter it with a blank on the right side. Guess the largest possible digit to fill the blank, such that when the new divisor is multiplied by the new quotient, the product is less than or equal to the dividend. Finally, let's talk about square roots of decimals. To find the square root of a decimal number, you can use estimation or approximation methods. For instance, consider the number 17.64. First, we put bars on the integral part, 17, of the number in the usual manner, and then we place bars on the decimal part, 64, on every pair of digits beginning with the first decimal place. Next, we proceed in a similar manner. The leftmost bar is on 17, and since 4 squared is less than 17 and 5 squared is greater than 17, we know 4 is the largest divisor. We take this number as the divisor and the number under the leftmost bar as the dividend, that is 17. Then, we divide and get the remainder, which is 1. Next, we double the divisor and enter it with a blank on its right. Since 64 is the decimal part, we put a decimal point in the quotient. Finally, we find that the remainder is 0 and no bars are left, therefore the square root of 17.64 is 4.2. In conclusion, we have covered a lot of ground today, from understanding square numbers and their properties to learning how to find squares and square roots. We've also looked at triangular numbers and the relationships between them. Understanding these concepts is crucial for mastering mathematics. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev to ensure you score well in your school exams. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for class 8. Thank you.